In homesteading, the saying goes, you have to make hay while the sun is shining. It sounds pretty straightforward, but there is more wisdom to be gleaned from this saying when it comes to both homestead haymaking and homemaking. Today, I'm going to share a few practical uses for this saying in managing both the home and homestead. And the last practical use I'm going to share might just surprise you. Hi there, I'm Megan, and this is Our Home and Heritage. Here on our multi-generational family farm in the heart of Appalachia, we share it all, from the garden and pasture to the farmhouse and kitchen. One way to make hay while the sun shines in homemaking is by taking advantage of moments when you have the energy and resources to tackle the task at hand. Today, I'm organizing my pantry cupboard, making sure all our home canned food and dry goods are stored properly. This not only keeps things tidy, but ensures we're prepared for the busy days ahead. Let me share a story of why I had to clean and organize my pantry today. This morning, everything seemed normal as I prepared breakfast. However, by lunchtime, I had noticed tiny little black ants had made their way into the farmhouse. It all happened so fast. Let me share some of what we put up last year. Canned breakfast sausage from our pigs raised and processed on our farm. Green beans, a family favorite. My daughters are out playing in the sprinkler and apparently also picking flowers for Mama. Canned chicken from roosters my sister and I called last fall. Squash relish. This was an heirloom recipe we tried for the first time last summer, and it's a good way to preserve all that summer squash. And a little jar of sunshine, dandelion jelly. Did you know you could make jelly from dandelions? And it's so good on a piece of warm sourdough bread, especially in the dead of winter. It looks like I need to raid the cellar on our farm sometime soon to restock my home canned food shelf in my little pantry cupboard. This jar of Christmas cookie cutters is full of some of my most precious family heirlooms. It doesn't feel like Christmas without my great-grandma's sugar cookies cut out using my great-aunt's cookie cutters. I found these ducks enjoying the little sprinkler when I went out to check on the girls. It's been so dry and everyone has been enjoying a cool splash in the water on this hot day. Okay, back to the pantry cupboard and sharing the next few practical uses for the saying, you have to make hay while the sun shines. Taking advantage of the changing seasons and making those necessary preparations. Embracing the changing seasons presents a prime opportunity for fruitful homemaking. In the summer, this might look like a thorough pantry cleanup and taking stock of what you have on hand. This ensures you're ready for all that fresh produce from your garden or local farmer's market. By organizing and taking stock now, you'll be prepared to preserve the summer bounty and make the most of the seasonal sales and harvests, as well as making every ingredient and resource count toward a well-managed and sustainable household. And then there's making good use of your available resources. It's the key to efficient homemaking and is so important in making sure tasks are completed. Having the necessary resources at hand, be it cleaning supplies, appropriate storage containers, or even the luxury of extra time, can significantly streamline your efforts. Today serves as a perfect example. I was fortunate to have everything readily available to tackle the cleaning and organizing of my pantry. I just used what I had on hand, some old canning jars. The readiness not only makes it easier to immediately take action, but also adds to overall productivity and satisfaction of maintaining a well-ordered home. All of this not only saves time, but also helps you handle unexpected challenges, ensuring your home continues to best serve you and your family. I'm cutting up some cantaloupe for the girls, and we'll take a break from all this pantry organization to take some snacks and drinks to the hayfield. But first, we'll take the scraps to the chickens, who will enjoy a cool treat.
Sorry, Liza. It's okay, Sissy. Here, Mom.
Homestead haymaking is hard work. I've spent countless hours napping on the tractor with my dad and grandpa as they made their rounds in the hot summer sun. And then later, when I was older, helping Ted and rake. You have to make hay while the sun is shining literally means taking advantage of dry weather to cut, dry, and bale hay for winter feed. Timing is everything because wet weather can ruin hay quality, making it important to work quickly during dry spells. In homestead farming, the practical uses of this old saying are a bit more straightforward, I think. And because everything about farming is so connected to nature, there are so many moments that require you to take on a task when the opportunity presents itself. There are a few examples I can think of offhand when it comes to caring for livestock. There's so much to be mindful of when managing grazing, which involves rotating grazing pastures and managing stocking rates to prevent overgrazing. And then there's breeding. There's some planning that goes into maximizing conception rates and making sure you have healthy offspring during their due seasons. Those are just two of the many examples of helping livestock's well-being year-round. And then of course there's gardening. Again, more straightforward, because obviously there is a time to plant and a time to tend to everything, from fertilizing and weeding to pruning, watering, and harvesting. We've all made the most of this beautiful summer day so far. Hay is being baled and everything in the pantry is almost put back in its place. Remember that last practical use for the old homestead saying that I mentioned might just surprise you? There's a time for everything, and all the practical uses I've shared so far have involved being productive around the home and homestead. There's also a time to find joy, whatever that might look like for you. Maybe that is reading a book or sitting on your porch swing with a cozy drink. For me, it's finding time to be creative. As soon as I finish tidying up everything, I want to show you how I put together a summer-inspired wreath for our front door. In homesteading, taking advantage of the changing seasons and making those necessary preparations is key. We harvest hay when the weather is right because we know that rainy days will soon come. In homemaking, we prepare our homes for the seasons, like organizing the pantry now to ensure that we have everything we need for those busy days ahead. Now to add a little summer touch to our farmhouse porch. The wreath I'm taking off is from wintertime. We have this bridal wreath bush in our front yard. I'm just going to quickly gather some clippings to bring back inside and give the old wreath form a summer refresh. I'm just taking bunches of clippings and securing them around with floral wire. I've reused this floral wire for many seasons now. I'm also taking a few clippings and just pushing them into the form where there are some bare spots. This is a super easy way to spruce up our front door, and now that it's complete, I wish I had tackled it a little sooner in the year. It really bothered me every time I saw that crispy winter wreath. Taking that time for yourself, for me, that's being creative, really does bring so much joy to your life. Reflecting on the ways of making hay while the sun is shining when it comes to homesteading versus homemaking. The tasks related to each may be very different, but the reasons behind making sure things are cared for, from the garden and pasture to the farmhouse and kitchen, are very much the same. So whether you are tending to the land or tidying up your home, you are making hay while the sun is shining. We have some big dreams and plans for the future of our family and our multi-generational farm. I shared our exciting news in my last video, which I linked at the end, or you can grab it from the description box below. Thank you for spending some time with me in the farmhouse and on the farm. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of our journey, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, friend.